Greetings everyone, your local Shenanigamer back in Universe Sandbox 2. And yes, we're looking down at our old familiar solar system. So, what if there were two suns in our solar system? So here's our habitable zone, little green area, Goldilocks. The most likely candidate for a second sun in regards to position and potentially size would be Jupiter. So I'm going to use that as my starting point, and I'm going to try and put in a relatively small sun in its place. Now I'm not going to adjust Jupiter's details or anything like that at all. I'm just going to replace it, and yeah, I think, you know, Wolf 359 for you Star Trek fans out there could be a good one. As you can see, it's approximate in size. Obviously, it's 94 times the mass, but it's a star all the same. Let's pop this in here. Now, this is going to have its own gravitational effect. It's going to have its own habitable zone as well. So we're going to let things play out here and see if there's any stability, or if anyone gets kicked out of the solar system, or if anyone meets their demise. But you know, we could hit some harmony in here as well. So let's just pop on that. As you can see, there's a bit of a difference in the habitable zone between Wolf 359 and our own sun. Now, I'm not going to, in this video, potentially I could revisit this again. I'm not going to pop in planets around Wolf 359. This is just a kind of a stability test. So far so good. You know, we're only kind of going a month or so every second. Now, I do predict a little bit of chaos here. So while this is working away, don't forget you can subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, just like Wolf 359 did by the looks of it, and it just got ejected. So it looks like some of the debris, not the debris, but some of the bodies around where Ceres and Vesta live, kicked Wolf 359 out due to gravitational stresses. So maybe we should try that again. Maybe no, I'm not going to. Okay, that's our solar system in real time, but it's rendering all the moons, and that will literally kill my machine as I'm recording at the same time as well. So let's go back to the normal solar system. Doesn't have all the pretty bits in it, but it's good all the same. So we're just going to rinse and repeat here. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything happening in the world of Shenanigans. So, let's just pop in our star of the show, Wolf 359. Boof. So, sorry for the lack of interaction over the last few days. It's quite wintry here in Ireland, and everyone is kind of, the country's kind of come to a close with all the snow and the extreme cold. And I know areas around the world are colder, but we're just not prepared for that kind of shenanigans over here. So a lot of people stuck at home, and cabin fever and stuff like that as well. But it's definitely impacted my routine. But I did want to show you some Universe Sandbox love. We did have some fun on recent streams though. That's always good. Okay, so as you can see, Wolf 359 is pulling bodies from the inner solar system towards it. Now, potentially one of those caused grief initially, which could happen. You know, gravitational stresses and all. But this seems pretty okay. Now, Ceres is coming out to meet Wolf 359. It looks like it's at its... Yeah, it's swinging back in there. It was at its periapsis there. Ooh. Definitely impacted its orbital pattern, if I can speak correctly. Now, Earth seems to be doing okay so far. Mars seems to be affected a little bit there. You can see its orbit is getting really close at points to Earth's, and then swinging far out as well. But there does seem to be a little bit of stability in this part. Now on the whole, Earth is kind of fluctuating from the kind of high 14s to the low 16s, which is about the same in this game. So we may have struck a little bit of harmony. So if you look at Earth's pattern there, it's circular almost. In comparison to Mars, it's more elliptical. Now Vesta seems to have kind of... Vesta's been tweaked a little bit, but Ceres, yeah. I think that's one of the most dramatic changes so far. So we're just going to let this kind of roll. So we're doing 2 months at a time. Saturn seems okay. Now what we will be doing as well for shits and giggles is putting in another sun, as in a duplicate of our own star Sol, just to see what will happen there. So twin stars, will it cause calamity within the solar system? Let me know in the comments below before we do that simulation. But I'm just curious to see if anything will happen over time here. Yeah, it looks pretty okay. It looks pretty okay. So let's move on to the next experiment, shall we? Okay, brand new solar system. Let's go back to Jupiter. And I'm actually going to use that little cross point there to make sure we get the exact same position. Boom. There we go. Super bright, super fantastic. Superstar. Oh, my mind. I do apologize. Sometimes these videos do demonstrate my lack of grasp on reality. But thanks for joining me. So there we have 2 twin habitable zones. And let's see what happens. I predict a riot, basically. I'll be very surprised if everything else goes untouched. So Earth is already seeing the effects. We've kind of gone up to the high 18s, temperatures increasing. So the zones are overlapping here now. Mars gone. Mars is gone. Venus and Mercury are in a bit of a dance, along with Earth actually. So Venus almost put on the brakes at one point there. Now these are the paths, not the orbital guides here as well. So that's why sometimes it looks like things come to a grinding halt, when they don't really. So everything's kind of swapped stars, I think, by the looks of it. Our original sun is the one at the top, if I'm not mistaken. Ceres and Vesta are gone. Saturn's swinging around here. Very interesting. So we've lost Mars, really. Venus, Mercury, and Earth are all still there. Obviously, well, Earth, just looking there now, Earth is on a beeline out of the system now. So we did swap stars, and yeah, we caused shenanigans. with our 2 suns. It's cool though. We did something similar in a video way back as well, but it's always good to revisit these and maybe let them go a little bit longer as well. But it does let me know that I do need a new CPU, because again, this game is very equation heavy, and it's CPU bound rather than GPU bound. So I do need to look into getting a new CPU at some stage. Yeah, I think we've kind of hit our limit on the simulation. I don't think anything else is going to happen here. But it's affected the entire system, as I thought it would, which is kind of cool. And as you can see there, quite nice, quite chaotic as well. Isn't it mad? Like, they're coming and going. The plants don't know what to do. And then we're back again. But we have our 2 partner stars there. Anyway, that'll be bringing our video to a close. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to keep your suggestions coming in the comments below, and I will do my very best to see if we can make them into a video. And as always, thanks for your support. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you are so inclined, I have a Patreon link in the description that will go towards supporting the channel as well. So I've been your local Shenanigan Gamer. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy, and goodbye. Habitable zone as well. So we're going to let things play out here and see if there's any stability, or if anyone gets kicked out of the solar system, or if anyone meets their demise. But you know, we could hit some harmony in here as well. So let's just pop on that. As you can see, there's a bit of a difference in the habitable zone between Wolf 359 Greetings everyone, your local Shenanigan Gamer back in Universe Sandbox 2, and yes, we're looking down at our old familiar solar system. So, what if there were 2 suns in our solar system and our own sun? Now, I'm not going to, in this video, potentially I could revisit this again. I'm not going to pop in planets around Wolf 359. This is just a kind of a stability test. So far so good. You know, we're only kind of going a month or so every second. So here's our habitable zone. Little green area, Goldilocks. The most likely candidate for a second sun in regards to position and potentially size would be Jupiter. So I'm going to use that as my starting point, and I'm going to try and put in a relatively small sun in its place. Now, I'm not going to adjust Jupiter's details or anything like that at all. I'm just going to replace it. And yeah, I think, you know, Wolf 359 for you Star Trek fans out there could be a good one. As you can see, it's approximate in size. Obviously, it's 94 times the mass, but it's a star all the same. Let's pop this in here. Now, this is going to have its own gravitational effect. It's going to have its own